And we're counting down to Christmas. While some people have their shopping done, some of us may still have some last-minute gifts to buy. That's okay. If you've been by the Eastwood Mall in Niles lately, the parking lots are pretty busy, and some new options for buying and eating are popping up. Here with an update on what's new and what's on the way is the Director of Corporate Communications for the Cafaro Company, Joe Bell. Joe, Merry Christmas. Thanks for joining us live.
Merry Christmas to you, Lindsay.
Yes, this is your busy season, your Super Bowl.
It's very busy. It's very busy today. I was just checking it. You were right about the traffic it's not jammed, it's not crazy, but it is moving a lot.
Oh, yeah, I was surprised even late in the evening people were out and about. This is the season. You have some new additions. What's new in retail for those that are heading out to shop, maybe getting some of those last-minute presents?
Well, you know, there are a lot of things happening inside the mall. We have some temporary sort of things that are going on. Boscov's has some great sales going on. Over in the Target Concourse, the Salvation Army has gift wrapping, so if you don't like to wrap gifts, we know that some people are kind of impaired that way. Go over there, give them a few bucks, they'll have a suggested donation, and they'll beautifully wrap your gift.
All right, all in one spot.
That's
and then
right.
you also have Carter's Kids. Has that opened yet? I see a lot of action on that side of the complex.
Yep. Yeah, that's Carter's Kids is open for business. They opened about a month ago. And they're over in the section of the Eastwood complex that's known as Howland Commons.
Okay.
And so for people who are unfamiliar, that's over near Kohl's and Burlington, Chuck E. Cheese's and all that. And that's a very busy place right now.
Yes, and you also have a Meijer store that's headed. Now, how close is it to that side of the complex?
It's right in the heart of that. And that's posed a challenge because, you know, people weren't sure what would happen if we put a huge construction site there. So back in late springtime, we started putting up signage to direct drivers around the construction so they can get to all the other shops, all the other stores that are open. But right now, the Meijers is under construction, so is Home Goods, so is Mission Barbecue, all right there in that same vicinity.
And how do you envision the traffic pattern then once it opens? So if you're entering the mall, do you think we're going to have a lot of folks on 46 waiting, or do you think that they've kind of constructed that to keep it going?
Well, it shouldn't have too much impact on 46 because there are a couple ways to get into the Howland Commons that way. And fortunately, earlier this year, they lengthened the stacking lane going south on 46 to get into the mall, so there isn't quite as much of a jam. You have several hundred feet for more cars to make that turn. So that was something we were glad to see.
Yeah, you got to think of that, all the ins and outs, especially when it comes to traffic. Now, King Cajun, that opened recently. How is that doing? And then you also have plans for a steakhouse, right? Yeah,
King Cajun's doing quite well. It opened several months ago. The first opening of the year will probably be Longhorn Steakhouse. They're moving rapidly to get that open. Last I checked, they were going to be open in February, and that's again right near 46.
Okay, and then the plaza, you have a new plaza that is planned for, in addition to all of this development, which is a lot. You're seeing a lot of new things coming into the region. Do you have the other two spaces filled up? There was McAllister's Deli and then two other openings.
They're not filled just yet, but construction's continuing on that. And for those folks who may not have heard earlier, that McAllister's and a couple other stores will be in a separate standalone location right there close to Route 422 between Boscov's and 422, so next to Bob Evans Restaurant. It promises to be a great spot, and we're looking for some good new businesses to open there.
Absolutely. We saw retail sales kind of down last month at the kickoff of holiday shopping, but we're the Midwest. We're a little different than the coasts. How do you think the shoppers are doing this year? Are you seeing a lot of traffic?
Oh, yeah, an awful lot of traffic. I mean, Black Friday crowds were quite huge, and you know, we saw tens of thousands of people come out for that, and we expect that it's going to remain robust all the way up to Christmas. We're down, what, into 5 days here?
Oh, yes, and then comes the sales after Christmas. Don't worry, we're getting those gift cards ready and warmed up right after we open them.
That's right. I mean, that's right, because whenever you count on holiday sales, you have to count all the sales that happen afterward for people who are making returns and buying new things and people who are spending their gift cards. So it's going to be very busy all the way into January.
Well, I wish you a lot of luck. Merry Christmas, and thank you for joining us.
Merry one to you.